Have you ever wanted to use LEDs in your crafting, but were intimidated by them? If so, this video is going to be for you. This is going to be Dungeons & Dragons Crafting Easy LEDs. Hi guys, I'm DM Dunn, and today I'm going to show you how you can get over your fear of using LEDs in your crafting, just like I just recently did. If you watched one of my videos several videos back, you saw me paint a fire elemental, and I drilled a little bitty hole in the bottom and I set it on top of a tea light to get a little bit of a fire effect. Well, as I was reviewing that and looking at that, I didn't like how thick the base was. And I wanted to figure out a way that I could try to get it smaller. And a bunch of trial and error, and I wasn't being quite successful. However, I did find a solution that somebody else uses on their YouTube channel called Tabletop Witchcraft, which I'll put a link to their YouTube channel down below. So thanks to their inspiration, they use these Reaper 1-inch round bases that have a little bit of a lip on them, and then some LEDs, which I'll put a link in the description below as well that you can get, and then some simple batteries. Now what's nice about these is, what's unique is you got to look that there is a short end and a long end. And if you were like me, you didn't realize there was a difference, you try to test it and you go, oh, the battery doesn't work or the LED is bad. Maybe you throw them both away and you grab another battery and you grab another LED and you try again. The reality is you just turn that battery around and voila. So there is a specific way that these work. Don't ask me. I don't know ohms, voltages, currents. I don't know all that, but this works. And that's how you do it. So now, in order to get a light onto your base, you're just going to take and make the top however tall that you want it to be. And then you're going to separate the legs and you're going to poke holes into your base so that the wires can go down inside the edges. So what I did, I just took a standard paper clip, got a lighter, heated up the ends, melted a hole close to the edge, and then another hole on the complete opposite side so that these two wires can go down inside of there. Of course, you want to keep track of which one was the short one and which one was the long one so that you can make sure you put the battery in the correct way. And then I like to use the short one to go into one side, and then I use that to bend it up flush against the inside of the base. And then the other side, you're going to leave it a space long enough for the thickness of the battery, and then you're going to bend it so that it goes underneath the bottom. So you'll have one lead that goes across the top of the battery and one that goes underneath the bottom. And if you end up getting this all done correctly, then the light will activate and it'll work. And so how that works is once you have these wires in the bottom placed correctly, and then you take your battery and you slide it in the correct direction, you will have it light up the LED. These LEDs are specific flickering like candles. You can get different colors, you can get them solid. I'll put some links to the other ones that I have in there as well. The other thing you'll see is that there's two lights on this one. That's because I wanted to get a little bit crazy. So I drilled my hole deeper inside my fire elemental so that I could get it up in there and get two of these LEDs in there. Now what's nice is that this one little battery is big enough to, or is powerful enough to operate both of those LEDs. So how did I get both of those connected together? Grab two LEDs, make sure the short side is facing the same on both of them. I just put one on the outside of the other and got the height to where I wanted it, and then I just take the bottom of the top LED and just wrap the wires together, got a small piece of heat shrink tube, slid it up, got a lighter, heated it up, melted it closed on there to help hold it in place, and then I went back to this stage where I bent the wires out, put them through the holes. You can see there's the heat shrink on there as well on the top, and then just put the battery in the bottom like so. Now you also see that this is thicker than just one of these bases. And that is because if you put the battery inside the bottom of this base, it's just perfect to fit. However, if you need space to put a piece of wire on top of it and a piece of wire on the bottom of it, it's now sticking out from the bottom of there and it's wobbly. I didn't want it to be wobbly, so what I did is I took my fancy little rotary tool and I put the cutting bit on there, and then I cut some lines inside of there, made it like pizza style until I got a little hole in the middle, and then I took my sanding disc and then I put it in there. I started sanding it all the way out to the outside edges. I didn't go beyond the edge because I didn't want to get this top down beyond where it is right now, so I just went really close to the edge. A little bit of super glue, and then I glued it to the bottom of a second one, and so now I have two high, but it's hollow all the way in. So now the battery hides inside. You don't see it. It's not lopsided on the table. Bada bing, bada boom. So another thing that I did with my base, or my miniature, not only did I make the hole inside deep enough to take the second LED, but these two little wires that are going out to either side, I sanded out two little notches on the bottom of the base for those wires to sit in, so that when they go in, it can sit flush on the black base as well. Nice and easy, so it can sit on the table and give the beautiful look. So this technique is going to be good for a whole bunch of different other purposes as well, but in this example I used it to put a couple of LEDs inside of a fire elemental to give your players that wow factor at your table. So guys, go ahead and give us a comment, go ahead and like and subscribe. If you want to get access to any of these pieces, I'm going to put links down below to our Amazon affiliate link. If you're going to buy anything, please use our affiliate link. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it really does help us out as well. You can also help us out by becoming a Patreon at patreon.com/dmdone. Check out all the different levels and all the cool stuff that you'll have access to by becoming a Patreon. Remember, we thank you guys so very much, and until next time, have more D&D fun with DM Done.